Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to Idea Diary. Thanks for coming back to my office and hanging out. Today, I was watching a couple of TikTok lives, which I haven't really watched very much of. I'm slowly getting into the TikTok culture and how the users use it in different ways and learning about all the things and actually enjoying it in some way. When I was watching TikTok lives, I really got a feeling of it was sort of like a crystal ball, and I'm viewing into these different people's things that they're doing, whatever it is. Everyone is so different, and it's kind of exciting. I know that people think it's kind of like creating ADD in people where they can't focus on something, but the short form thing, I kind of feel like it helps you absorb. Like your brain has the capability to take in so much more info than we actually know. We don't even know what everything the brain is doing. But our conscious part of our day, we don't really use our entire brain all the time. And I get why people will think that TikTok is bad and it is disconnected and disjointed and it has no point and it's too fast and it's too short, but I really don't see it that way. I see it in a way that it's fun, it's short, and gives me the ability to consume and learn and laugh and do all these things in a really fast-paced way that really hasn't been done before, so I can see why people are against it. However, I'm really thinking of it more as like a crystal ball type of thing, like a little snippet into someone's life. And I really like the way that they don't automatically push out the thing that you post instantly. They kind of give you something you might have posted months ago or a year ago, or they might give you the latest thing. And it's kind of this rotating thing of kind of catching up with somebody and what they're doing without having to stop and think, okay, let me check out this person, and let me check out that person, let me stop what I'm doing and check out that person. It just kind of gets fed to you really fast, and you might miss a person or two that you are genuinely interested in, knowing what they're doing, but it always kind of comes around later. It's so much different than what Instagram does that I feel like Instagram they show you the most current thing from today or yesterday, and then they never show it again. It's kind of like it's once you've done it and the 10% of people that are following you actually see it, then it's done. And then it's kind of on the person following you to think, oh, I wonder what that person's doing. Let me search their name and go check it out and then look. The TikTok algorithm feels a lot different, and it feels like it's not letting things be forgotten, and it's bringing up old stuff depending on what other people are singing. And I just overall like it. I don't like the idea that there are possibly a lot of fake views and you think that, 200 people have seen this video about my bagel today. I just have a feeling that it really isn't 200 people. I have a feeling there's robots behind the view counts, and they're just trying to get people to stay longer and feel like something's happening. But I do know that there are actually real people using TikTok, and when that shift happens, I'm not sure when you actually get real people checking you out and seeing what you're doing versus the fake views. I don't know when that is. But another thing that I wanted to talk about today was I recently watched 3 different videos that were kind of all about the same thing on YouTube. There's this one YouTuber, her name is Jaime French, and she recently did a video where she loves making videos, but she doesn't want to be in the makeup community anymore, in the YouTube makeup, I don't know what you call that, but she didn't want to be tied down to that niche, and she felt like that's what she was known for. She had been a hairdresser and a makeup artist for a decade, and just realized that really isn't what she wanted to do at all. It was kind of a job, which was similar to my experience where I was a graphic designer, art director since I graduated college, and that's what I did for what I thought was money. I love knowing the skill, and the skill brought me to where I am today to be able to create what I can today. So I don't regret having that job and going to work every day, and I did love it. I never had drudgery. It was always fun, but I always felt like I needed to be doing this other thing, which was working on product development and releasing products and figuring out like what people want and being able to communicate that thing really well. That's kind of my goal, and maybe in 5 or 10 years, I'll have some other goal that I realize, oh, that moment was about this thing. And this was really my ultimate thing. I don't know. But I think that's what a lot of people are realizing right now, that they did a lot of things for money because they thought the money was what you had to do. You had to make this decision on, what am I going to do with my life? How am I going to make money? And yeah, that is a realistic part of life. But when you look back 10 years and think, oh, wow, I spent a lot of time doing something that I didn't even like for money, and it didn't get me anything, learning the skill that I wanted to learn from that thing, which was like hair and makeup or graphic design or being a restaurant manager or whatever, the million different jobs that people might do forever and ever. What is that moment to where something's exciting and you want to learn it and you're doing it? How do you avoid that like 5-10 year gap of maybe doing it too long? And so that's just kind of what I wanted to share about today. Is I just noticed there are these 3 women and they made these 3 videos that they did things for a really long time that maybe if they look back now and could have made different decisions, they definitely would have. They might have done things that are a little bit more scary, taken a little more risk, and jumped off a ship that was something they wanted to be on at the time, but there was a moment where they stayed too long. So 3 videos that I think that you need to check out, which is the Jaime French girl, where she talks about being a makeup YouTuber and just wanting to switch over and just be a comedian. Like, just drop the makeup, maybe not entirely, but possibly entirely, but just her real goal and her real dream was to be a comedian and just to be funny. Go watch her video because I really think it's a really good one and you'll learn a lot. She is really funny. And then another video was Chalene Johnson. I always want to put an R in her name. It's Chalene Johnson. She kind of got famous off of exercising tapes and infomercials, and she's blonde and cute and perfect. And she talked about that being in the exercising industry was never her dream. She just did it because she made the decision that out of all her interests, that was going to be the thing that was going to get her to make money first above all the other things. So apparently she was into cars, buying and selling used cars. She was into a lot of different things. Go watch that video and she will explain it. But even though she liked exercising and she liked being the leader of an exercise team and helping people find fun ways to work out, she realized that helping people be skinny or strive too hard was ultimately not what was her passion. And I'm kind of interpreting it in a way that she did that because it was so successful and it was making money. And how could you give up that? You know, people try so hard to have what she had. But ultimately, she kind of slow dripped her way out of it, it seems, in her video. And now she's finally come out with a video saying, I'm done. Don't consider me the workout lady. Consider me the motivational lady. And it's really interesting that, first of all, she's over 40. I don't know if she's 50. I don't know how old she is. You can't really tell. It's just really interesting to see someone so successful and seemingly so happy just kind of come out and say, hey, I'm changing it up. I'm not on the right path. I'm realizing it now, and I'm letting everyone know. And I just go watch the video. I think it's a good one. And the third video is Candice from the Edgy Veg. So the thing that's weird about Candice, or I think what people were criticizing her for, was when she started YouTube, she was blonde and skinny and perfect. She had that perfect look and that perfect personality on the camera. Then she ended up getting a divorce. She got married and divorced pretty quick. So it was kind of clear, I think, at least to me, that something had been going on the whole time. And it seems like she went all the way to the end with her relationship to getting married. And that is probably the hardest thing to do to probably your family and your friends. And you throw this big wedding and it's gorgeous and everything looks so perfect. And then really, I mean, it seemed like a month later. I don't really know the time frame of it, but it was pretty quick that she was just automatically divorced. After the divorce, you could kind of see her, maybe being a little bit vulnerable like anyone would expect. But then she got tattoos and she dyed her hair pink and she became edgy, She wasn't the like perfect Reese Witherspoon, Gwyneth Paltrow type anymore. You could see her, she wanted to like let loose in some way, and it was slowly coming out. And it turns out she's not bubbly, and she's not just happy and silly all the time. She's more laid back, and she's more like, she's more just chill, and she just wants to she still wants to be on camera, but she wants to be more herself. So it was just another example. It was like a theme of the day. It seemed like that a lot of people that had a lot of success were looking back at it and thinking, I've got to change something because I'm not 100% doing what I really want to do that's inside of me. So I thought it was just interesting and motivational. And I think, and I will link the specific videos that I'm talking about in the description of the show, so you can go watch those. I think they're really great and really cool. And ultimately, I just love the way that what's happening now is people are doing exactly what they want to do, not necessarily doing things for money. I know it's really easy to not worry about making money when you have money. It's really easy to walk away from stuff when it's like you don't have to worry necessarily about your rent or your car payments and stuff like that. There are ways to make your life easier, even if you don't have a lot of money, to be able to create more time for yourself and just do whatever you want. I did it. I know it's not for everybody, and you don't have to quit your day job to do whatever you want. There's just a million different ways to do something, and everyone's got to pick their own way. Anyway, I guess I'm going to wrap up the show, keeping it short, trying to keep it short for you, and thanks for coming back. The song of the day. The song of the day is a Carpenter song, and it's Rainy Days and Mondays. And gosh, and Karen Carpenter has a whole other story of her own. You could probably spend like all night watching Karen Carpenter documentaries on YouTube. It's a really sad story, but she has the best voice in the whole world, and she wanted to be a drummer. That's what she wanted. Like, that's hard when you have such a talent for something and you are better than like 100% of the people at what you do, but you just want to be something else. Like, that's a tough one. So everyone's journey is different, and I hope that you're all having a great day, and hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Bye.